Bottom line, the winner is the government itself, and to a lesser extent, the bottom 90% of U.S. households, and the losers are primarily the wealthiest 10% of households and all the U.S. Treasury holders in foreign countries. You can think of the whole thing as really a redistribution exercise. Rate increases and rate cuts don't make things appear and disappear. In large measure, we're redistributing, a chunk of income from wealthy households and to the government. But overall, the impact is not as much as you might think, at least over the short run, since so many loans and securities have fixed rates. And the process for determining the impact on the private sector of a change in rates is very inexact, since we can only estimate if and by how much a given bank reduced its rates on its different types of loans to its various borrowers. But here's our estimate of the rate cut impact over the next 12 months, what you might consider the cash flow impact to each sector. We do this without taking into account any impact of the rate cut on stock prices because when it comes to stocks, you never know. But first, the federal government will save $30 billion over the next 12 months. And state and local governments will save another $9 billion. Pretty good, right? But this accounts for the fact that much of the Treasury debt has a maturity of well more than 1 year, so there won't be a benefit over the next 12 months on those. If we project the impact of all government debt, as if all government debt were to be repriced down by a half point, the benefit would be $112 billion. Second, the bottom 90% of households benefit a little bit, but not as much as you might think. They actually hold more short-term assets than short-term debt, but a big chunk of those assets are in the form of pension assets. So reduced income on the bonds in their pension portfolios don't directly impact their cash flow. But they do hold their debt directly, of course, and a decline in rates on their short-term debt benefits them by $7 billion, or under $100 per household over the next year. Most of their mortgage debt has a long-term fixed rate. As those loans and other long-term debt matures or is refinanced, the full benefit to households would be $25 billion a year. But that'll take time to get to that level.